This is your weekend market review for Friday, November 1st, 2024. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your weekend market review, Friday, November 1st, 2024. Hopefully you had a great week. As we talked about endlessly on this channel, jobs days are typically dojis. And if you don't know what a doji is, again, check out the education videos. Nailed it again. If you go check out the SPY candle, which hopefully you will at some point, or we will definitely, you'll understand that there's repeating patterns in the market. Again, it's a probability-based game, and that stocks don't go one direction in a trend, and just so many obvious things that I think most people overlook to make trading so much more difficult and trying to be correct all the time right away. So, what do we know going into next week? Well, we have an election. In my opinion, we will not know the results of that for a while, in my opinion. Even though it seems like the odds makers, it looks like a absolute smashing by one candidate over the other. But guess what? It doesn't mean it's not going to be fraught with all sorts of wildness. So I would be prepared to dig in for some time, lawsuits, all sorts of interesting things that maybe probably but push the market in a direction other than up if I had to guess. We'll see what happens. Either way, be prepared. That's why you watch these recaps. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link in the description below. If you need a chat, hit me up. Use the Calendly link in the description below. Take 30 minutes. Let's connect. What do you need help with? Help with the markets? You need help with real estate? Looking to buy, sell, and invest? If you are, hit me up. You get 2 agents for the price of 1. I will refer you to the best agent in your area for whatever the needs you might be. Just let me know how I can help. Follow on Twitter, posting all of our trades, thoughts, ideas, sharing, lots of sharing. Again, if you're not familiar with what's going on with NVIDIA, oh my God, just like Intel peaked when it got added to the Dow, is NVIDIA doing the same? I mean, everyone's thinking the God candle's coming, but I'm telling you something, it's probably not. Just be careful. Again, we'll review that chart here shortly. Also, 2 education videos. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, whatever platform. I would appreciate it. Share whatever you can do to help build the channel, because without you guys, I'm just talking to a microphone by myself. Also, check out thetradingagent.com. Turn profits into passive income and property. So let me know how I can help. Don't hesitate to reach out. All right, Thursday, which is interesting. Typically they're on Wednesdays, but it makes sense. We have an election. Fed meeting. 1 cut is expected. Today's jobs number, absolute crap. We've talked about how the economic data falling off a cliff, even though everyone wants to talk about how great everything is. It's like the market is not the same as the economy, clearly, but there are going to be times where things revert back to the mean. This is where I would warn folks, please be careful with whatever you are doing, meaning trading, investing, manage your trades. More you're up, less you own. Be careful. Bitcoin, not surprised, backed off. We talked about this once it hit the upper range. Hello. Oil. Are you surprised? I don't know. I mean, today was actually down. I don't know why it's showing up. Are you surprised by the action? No. Demand destruction real. Slowing economy. It's just OPEC, all the games that are going on. What's the downside? I mean, that's the question you have to ask yourself. Now, would I go out and short oil? No. Would I go long oil? No. I would just be careful. In my opinion. Natural gas, not surprised. Looking for a $1 handle at some point. UNG, no. We'll see. Be careful. Either way, again, I'm telling you, do not get too crazy, because if the market does what I think it's going to do, you're going to have plenty of opportunities. Just wait. Be patient. But stand on, whatever. Sit on your hands. Be patient. Do whatever you got to do. Dollar, again, on crappy economic data, popping. Why? The rest of the world is pretty shiznit as well. TLT, again, if you stopped out, congratulations. That's the right trade. However, I'd be watching. Not saying we can't go lower. I would just watch how we follow through, because big volume at the lows. Could this be a little trap? Again, I don't trust bonds until we get over 93. Or we see some sort of pattern at the low. Again, I think bonds make sense because of economic weakness, but I struggle with them because, again, if you saw the PCE, and we have stagflation. Go look at the ISM manufacturing. Prices paid were up as demand was down. That's stagflation. Aichi caramba. VIX, not surprised on a doji day. As we talked about, that it just chops around. Speaking of dojis, you're welcome. If you've been following this channel for any amount of time, what do we talk about? Most jobs days are dojis. I think I said that yesterday. That's a doji. Even though it's an ugly one with a long wick, We talked about if you post some people just don't listen. I said, hey, if you want to short, watch the gap. Makes perfect sense. Got it. Talked about the 490s on the Q this morning. If you wanted to short it, made sense. Why? I mean, zoom out. You can see some resistance up here. It's the VAP zone. I don't know. It's just, you would think the 20-day, but I thought big round number. So again, QQQ a little harder. IWM, here we go again. Bounce. Another Doji. Watching the 20, 50-day confluence. Keep it simple, stupid. Dia popped. Cool. And the long wick. Gold. Again, this is why we don't chase. I personally think gold longer term, much higher. Nearer term, could they flush the baby out of the bathwater? I hate this for my gold friends out there, and this is what sucks for commodities. The CME is raising margin requirements, and when they start raising margin requirements on gold and silver, the goal is to get people to have to sell their commodities because they don't want people to take physical holdings of it. Makes sense. Silver, as we talked about, lagging, making lower lows. GDX, I mean, the miners should be leading up if gold's about to rip. Breaks the 50-day, GDXJ, right? 20-day, you got a 2-day range. We make new lows, you got to be careful. We talked about the dust. If you bought it in the 4s, you're probably feeling pretty good. AEM, pops, great earnings. AG, broke the 750s, 2-day range, watching it. Newmont, stock should be on fire. Earnings were up 84.7%. No. Why are miners getting crushed? Someone knows something. Again, we've talked about this. If you're new to the channel, go watch previous videos. It's obvious. Miners are part of the market, and they get crushed. When the market gets crushed, they get crushed. They throw the baby out the bathwater. This happens every single time. This is why people are like, oh, you should have gone long. I'm like, it's a great trade if you went long. I'm not going to say it wasn't. I'm just not going to chase these son of a biscuits and get caught with your pants down. Taiwan Semi. Let's get into tech. The easiest short in opinion. Here you go. Nice long wick on that. Hits the 8 and 10 day. Doink. Macron. All right, here we go. Just looks like crap. AMD broke the channel. This is going to be a double-digit stock at some point. We talked about, I mean, go look at the earnings. Look at the glut starting to build. Samsung talked about chip glut. It's outrageous. NVIDIA getting added to the Dow, just like Intel got added to the Dow, and Intel actually, ironically, getting replaced by them at the highs on a $3.5 trillion valuation. Again, if this was the Shark Tank and you were talking about buying, people would be like, why would you buy NVIDIA at this price? But again, people are talking about 7 trillion market cap. Okay, good luck with that. SMCI, again, third largest supplier or purchaser from NVIDIA. Earnings on Tuesday. Good luck with that. As we've talked about, I mean, once you have the stuff with the DOJ in it, you're gone. You're gone, girl. I'm not saying they can't figure it out, but just leave it alone. Intel. Finally, someone give me a high five. Told you guys this is going to get delisted out the day. Oh, you can't talk shit about Intel. I'm not trying to talk crap. I'm just trying to be honest with you. I heard it's going to get delisted. Okay, well, now it's at 22 and change after hours. We'll see where it's going. Again, I personally wouldn't buy Intel, but hey, you do you, boo. SMH. Talk about chips are the easiest sector to short. Nice little bounce. Nothing burger today. Adobe. Making lower lows, but rally back. Oversold. Apple, we've talked about this. They're going to make all their own chips. All these suppliers, they're trying to remove them all. Say we need to close near the 100-day. Okay. I mean, it looks like it's going lower. It doesn't have to go low every day, every minute. No. Amazon, we talked about the 200 area. Congratulations. If you sold some out of the money calls, maybe it's time to buy puts here shortly. Watch the 200 level. Meta flopping on down. I mean, you better hold the 560s. I mean, it's just tech is so overpriced. If you don't understand, you don't know. That's fine. Just don't bag hold it. CRM holding up pretty well actually at the 20-day. Credit where credit's due. Google, look at this. Great earnings, right? Womp, 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 womp. They can't even fill the gap. This is what's so hard about it. And this is why I say, like, downtrends, all gaps don't fill. Look at that son of a biscuit. Everybody's sitting there going, oh, I bet we hit the 185 level. Then I'll take some profit. Whoever was looking to sell said, I got to get the fudge out. Right on earnings. Like, literally, they're gone. And now people are sitting here going, well, maybe I'll get it some later. I'll sell it later. Well, okay. Microsoft. Gaps down. Big freaking gap down. Be careful. We've got 2-day range. 405 area. Fail. Going lower. Going lower. NDAQ. Again, I think this is the easiest short in the history of shorts, especially when you realize that tech is not the future of trading. It's going to be more commodities, industrials, metals, that kind of crap. And if it does, the Nasdaq exchange will get beaten like it typically does when these sectors rotate. MicroStrategy, interesting action today. Again, we talked about hitting the 1.618, talking about blowing out. Man, I know some folks who took the short at 255. Congratulations. Leading Bitcoin or Bitcoin leading it, I don't know, but they both look like they're heading down near term. That doesn't mean that to crash, but probably feel that gap around 215. Netflix pops on earnings. Talked about being crazy. All right, well, it's tight. Roblox pops on their earnings. Pedoblox, God, I missed it. Again, this is what happens with earnings. You don't know. I guess I'll raise it to there. You don't know. Watch if it holds over 48. Keep it simple, stupid. Pan W. Again, if you like tech long term, I think cybersecurity is the names. Those are the names that I would be watching. Chopping around. Tesla. Again, we talked about it popping on earnings. If you sold calls and you bought puts, 3-day rule. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Looking good. Again, leave a comment below if you've taken on any of these trades. I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. You guys are amazing. Insight. Said this would get bought out one day. Again, the stock whisperer. Again, I'm not always right, but I'm usually am 70% of the time plus 80%. Trend broken with a little bit of volume. Longer term, I think they get bought out. Keep it simple, stupid. Play it. Palantir. Insiders can't sell fast enough. Below the 20-day. This thing has been on a rocket. Please take some profits, manage the trade, buy some puts, sell some deep in the money calls. Maybe it goes higher later, but doesn't look good near term. McDonald's. Doesn't matter how much E. coli they have, it seems to be holding 292. Keep it simple, stupid. DKNG. We've talked about this. Nobody has income to continue to bet and gamble. However, watch the backside of the trend line. Been right on since there. Airbnb earnings next week on Thursday after the close. Same day of the FOMC. Chopping around. Man, I would be praying for a pop, because then you can short the crap out of it. That's my mind. I wouldn't trade it till then. Costco, here you go. Man, holding the 100-day head, it's ex-div today. If you do, again, like this is like Rubber Band Man, like the classic, right? Big run, takes a small break. Nice run, taking a bigger break. It's getting tired. Getting tired. Now, if you, literally break the 100-day, yikes. Starbucks, 193, chopping around. Not much to say. Watch it. They tanked the quarter. We talked about kitchen sink quarter. There it was. Now what? Good question. FedEx. And I don't trust them. Man, really would love to see the trend line. Getting the 50-day. If you're shorting it up here, it makes sense. Caterpillar. Some people took the short. Makes sense. I would be watching how it acts in the 380s. Again, I like these things long term. Deere. 50-day. Ritro Raggy. Nucor. Guided down. Again, we like commodities. There's probably not much downside, but I don't want to play the game because I'd love to see these things. Again, if you've ever traded with the market hits, the VIX hits extreme levels, you will see stocks act like you've never seen before. X trying to get bought out in the winter. We'll see happens. We'll see what happens here. VALE, again, we like commodities. Probably not a ton of downside, but again, I'd prefer just to sit, watch, and wait. Sit, watch, and listen. Stocks talk, right? No. Arrow seems to be holding. I don't know. It sucks that it broke the 200-day. Oh, it's down below moving averages. Again, we like junior copper long term. I just don't want to. Just waiting to inhale. CCJ earnings this week on Thursday at the open. Man, it's a really strong move. I don't know what to tell you. If you're long it, please hedge some. CF, again, we like ag names. They make sense. Long term, it's just near term. Let them blow out. And TR, same kind of thing. Just let them. AA, we love aluminum long term. How could you not love aluminum? Right? Zoom out. This thing has a big potential move upside. XLF. Banks hold all of the debt and all the problems. Nice little pop today. Say watch the 8 and 10-day. Congrats. JP Morgan, again, 226. Look, it's just chop, chop, chop. You have your, it's so fucking simple. Short here, set, stop, be patient. Simple. Morgan Stanley, not even getting that kind of pop. Bank of America, again, Buffett can't sell fast enough. People get mad when I say this, but it's the truth. Watch the 20-day. Goldman Sachs, look at the earnings pop. gives it all back. Now we just buy it in time. Watch the 20-day. KRE, right? Junior banks. Which bank, how many banks are going to fail this weekend? How many unrealized losses are on their balance sheets? Good God, be careful, please. Jets. JETSSS, Jets. Sorry, again, this feels like the right time to short. Again, I don't have a personal trade on it. That is a weird trap here. Because you close back under 23.20. That might be it. That's all they can squeeze. XHB, housing, we talked about it, oversold bounce, chopping around. It just doesn't really look that good. 4 or 5 days, and then that's what I'd be watching for. Oh, sorry, XBI, junior bios. Okay, cool. Just big, choppy range. Solar, I mean, again, if solar popping because Kamala's odds got better, I don't know. Sedge, I mean, we talked about hitting 15. It's done. ENPH seems to be holding the range lows. We talked about dead cat bounces because, again, you go from 126 down to 76, you should bounce. First Solar, same kind of thing. Look at this. Can't buy puts at the lows. Just don't chase. Let it bounce. I mean, I would love to see 220. Test that gap. High volume highs, high volume lows. Love to retest. 220. You heard it here. HYG. Remember, it'll probably go to like 223 because it's wild. But then I'll give it up. Look at this. Corporate debt. I'm telling you, you got to be high out of your mind to be buying corporate debt. High. High as can be. Oil. All over the place. Not even really much to say. UNG. I hate this product. I hate it for bulls. I hate it. It's going to make a new lows. You're welcome. KOLD. Again, I like the short up here. Do you like the short up here? Moto. Again, I would not be surprised, though, if we went into the 80s, 90s levels if the market gets snapped. We've talked about this. Again, if you shorted and took profits down here like we talked about, high five to you. Now, XOP, be careful. Breaking the multi-day range. Again, we like this stuff long-term, but I'm not chasing it here. You got to let it pull back. You got to let it just do what it's got to do. CVE, if you zoom out, I mean, maybe it gets down to 1450. I mean, we talked about the gasoline names, not up. They've been leading down. Right? Just is what it is. MPC, right? New lows is what it is. ExxonMobil live. Attempts to break out. Look at today's action. Pretty sure they had earnings today. Look at that. Opens high, gives it. That is not a candle of friendliness. If you're a bull, that is not a friendly candle. You have 16 candles, like that movie or whatever. You have a wish. Occidental. Like this long term, just let it come down. We're below Buffett's cost average, but people don't realize how many calls and puts he sold. His cost average is probably like 30. EQT. Looked like it was going to go for it. Gave it all right back up. Again, I like gas long term. I think we'll be natural gas exporters. FlexLG, again, here it is. This is where you'll be natural gas exporting. Look at this big old chop zone. Let it play out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. Make sure you have a great weekend and do me a favor. Slap the like button, leave a comment below, share with a friend. If you want to donate, links in the description below. If you'd like to chat, use the Calendly link. If you want to just talk and BS about sports, anything, again, I feel like the followers of my channel are my friends. So love to hang out, chat if you have time. Again, if you're looking to purchase or invest in real estate, you need to sell. I'm telling you, selling strategies. Why do you think people, I'm like, man, I've been busy. Selling homes right now is not easy. And so you have to be on top of your game. If you were using someone crappy, you overprice your house right now, I'm telling you, you're going to get screwed. You're like, well, what do I lower my price? No, you create an auction style event. Think about this like eBay. Do you price it buy it now at $100, or you list it at 80 and start an auction there and then hope to get to 90 ultimately, or 100? It could happen. If you do it wrong, you're gone. All right. Have a great weekend. Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.